Rainbow's third studio album, Long Live Rock and Roll, was recorded at a castle in France, 1977. According to Ritchie Blackmore and his bandmates, the recordings were surrounded by the paranormal. A short story about the castle: the Chateau de Reville, commonly referred to as Honky Chateau, is a French 18th century castle located in the village of Reville, 45 kilometers outside of Paris, about 30 miles or so. The castle was built in 1740 by an architect of the school of Rome from the remains of an earlier 16th century castle. In the 19th century, it was used as a courier relay station between Versailles and Beauvais and stabled hundreds of horses. They say that in the mid 19th century, composer Frédéric Chopin conducted his love affair with the writer George Sand there. The chateau was painted by Vincent van Gogh, who is buried nearby. The chateau comprises two wings, plus a number of outbuildings. It has 30 rooms, a swimming pool, a tennis court, and is set in 1.7 hectares of parkland. An octagonal stone drinking trough in the courtyard is a protected historical monument. In 1962, Michel Meunier bought that castle and transformed it into Strawberry Studios. Classic rock groups such as Pink Floyd, Iggy Pop, Grateful Dead, Jethro Tull, and Sweet lived and worked in the rooms where Frédéric Chopin and George Sand had their affair. Elton John named his 1972 album Honky Chateau after the castle where it was recorded. During David Bowie's time spent at the chateau while recording Low with Tony Visconti and Brian Eno, the three claimed to have felt supernatural or haunting experiences. Visconti stated, "There was certainly some strange energy in that chateau. On the first day, David took one look at the master bedroom and said, 'I'm not sleeping in there.' He took the room next door. The master bedroom had a very dark corner right next to the window. Ironically, that seemed to just suck light into it. It was colder in that corner, too." Eno also claimed to have been awoke early every morning with someone shaking his shoulder. When he opened his eyes, no one was there. In 1977, the Bee Gees recorded at the Chateau to avoid the high tax rate of Britain, where they laid down the tracks for the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. In the 1984, the owner of the castle, Michel Meunier, committed suicide. Strawberry Studios shut down soon after. Isn't it strange? Well, anyway, let's go back to 1977 when Rainbow was recording their Long Live Rock and Roll album. When the band arrived at the castle, they didn't have any material to record, so they had to write songs first. The band members were not focused on the writing process and preferred to enjoy the beautiful weather and indulgences offered by the estate instead. Soon after the arrival, the band started experiencing haunting at nighttime. They were haunted by ghosts and demons, so the band decided to perform a seance to find out what was happening. At first, they tried to conjure up the spirit of Chopin, who had been the owner of the estate. Later, Ronnie James Dio revealed that during the seance, one of the pianos produced a strange sound even though no one was next to it. Everyone was so afraid of Chopin that they didn't go to sleep at night. According to Blackmore, they gathered at the fireplace and drank until the sun came up. Is it already 6 a.m.? Yes? Okay. time to go sleeping. In addition to Chopin's ghost, Ritchie also observed lots of other strange things. They even went to the toilet in pairs. It was really scary there. No matter how much they wanted to sleep or how tired they were, Ritchie and his bandmates never went to their rooms while it was dark. But were there real ghosts or somebody just playing jokes? Well, apparently the ghosts in the castle were Cozy Powell and Ritchie himself. They liked nasty pranks and scaring the life out of the others. Knowing that Blackmore was fascinated by ghosts and spirits, Cozy Powell used strings to manipulate a knight armor to scare Ritchie. He also once climbed into Ritchie's room and blocked the door from inside. And Ritchie said, "When I left my room, I always locked the door with a key." Nobody trusted anyone. Cozy loved to climb into other people's rooms and pulling out all the furniture. One night, Ritchie saw Cozy climbing onto the roof. He looked like Spider-Man. It was quite high up there. Then he climbed into Colin Hart's room and pulled out all the furniture. And Ritchie asked, "Hey, Cozy, what are you doing there?" And Powell replied, "Stealing furniture." However, the tour manager, Colin Hart, saw everything from another room, and when Cozy came back to the fireplace, Colin said, "So, let's return all the furniture to my room now, okay?" So Blackmore recalled, "Whenever we tried to work at night, problems occurred with the equipment. If we recorded on channel 6, the playbacks would be on channel 13. The 24-track machine started working on its own." Apparently, those were some of the practical jokes Cozy and Ritchie liked to play on the others. Cozy and Ritchie also liked to scare each other. Once, Cozy was creeping up the ladder. Ritchie heard that. He crept up to the window and went, "Boo!" and Cozy ran away. Ronnie's interest in spiritualism actually ended there. Once the band sat down together and summoned an evil spirit who swore at them using bad grammar, the spirit said, "I'm Baal. I create chaos. You will never leave here. Don't even try." They tried again later, and the spirit asked, "Where's Blackmore?" "Oh, never mind. Here he comes." The door opened, and Ritchie walked in. So evidently that was Blackmore talking into the chimney, scaring the life out of Ronnie and Carrie.